I'm Jonathan Calloway Peak, and I am the Advocacy Coordinator at the Montgomery Center for Independent Living. My mom had polio when she was a child, and it affected the curvature of her spine. And somehow during my delivery, the doctors didn't realize it. And I was basically, caught in the birth canal, and they couldn't get me out. And they used forceps, and when they pulled me out with the forceps, the back of my head smashed against her pelvic bone and crushed all the nerves along the backside of my head and created a traumatic brain injury. The doctors told my parents, I think they essentially said, leave him here and go home and try again in 6 weeks. The word they used to describe me to my parents was, he will be a vegetable and he will need to be institutionalized. You won't be able to take care of him. His needs will be too great for you to be able to take care of him. My parents are nice people, but I imagine that they probably used some strong language and said, forget you, we're going to take him home. So when I think about how I want the world to treat me, I don't want to be seen as a person with a disability. I want people to see me as Jonathan. I am who I am. I want their attitudes about me to be formed by my personality, not what my physical limitations may or may not be. One of the things I see a lot is I see people shying away from people with disabilities and not interacting with them, I guess because they don't feel comfortable or they haven't been exposed to being around people with disabilities. But I think it's really good just to go up and do something as simple as introduce yourself. Say, hi, I'm Jonathan, what's your name? I don't care if you have a disability or not. If you go up and you introduce yourself and say, I'm Jonathan, it's nice to meet you, people will smile. I don't think they've had that exposure. I think people are not comfortable with what they haven't been exposed to before. And I think if you deal with people with disabilities on a daily basis, you start to there's a comfort level, and you stop seeing disabilities. You just see the person for who they are. But I think people just need more exposure and more understanding. At the Montgomery Center for Independent Living, our mantra, our slogan is empowering people to become more active within their community. And we do that, we offer a lot of services to try to help people become more active in their community and become more independent. And I want to be able to come up with solutions to these problems that people with disabilities face in their lives. And I think that being on the council is a great way to affect change that can make people's lives a little bit easier. My parents were told when I was born that I would have to live my entire life in an institution. I'm Jonathan Peak. I'm a graduate of the University of Maryland's Honors Program. I am Advocacy Coordinator at the Montgomery Center for Independent Living, and I can.